Preparing the system with your initial catalogue purchase. Before you can create any drops for your catalogues, you need to tell the system how many catalogues you have and how much you paid for them. So if we go to our accounts screen, and we can enter in our very first invoice for starting up our catalogue company. This screen is giving you an overview of all the invoices you've received, how much money you have in the till, how much you've transferred over to the bank. So obviously on your startup, this is going to be at 0. So we add a new invoice or credit. We tell the system who the supplier is. So in this case, we're going to join Betterware. So whatever catalogue company that you're using. The invoice or credit note number. Now at this point you probably haven't got the invoice from the company, so just put XXX into there. Type, you're going to tell the system that it's an invoice. The date that it was received, so we'll say it's today's date. The order number, this could be the order number or the reference given when you actually place the order with the company. So we enter that there. And then the reference is for your own record. So I'm going to say this is 01, it's my very first invoice. And then the value of this invoice. So we're going to say that this is costing us £18 to join this catalogue company. To the right here, we've got catalogue period and BP for this order. BP standing for business points. We'll cover more on this when we look at entering an invoice for actual products that we're purchasing. Some catalogues offer a business point scheme that entitle you to various perks or even free gifts if you attain so many business points in a catalogue period. And this area is saying how many catalogues we bought, any samples we bought, the stock, any sales aids, and the postage. Again, that is more applicable when we're doing a full product order. At the moment, we're just setting up the system with our initial startup. Date that the payment is due, it might be that it's due in a few weeks' time, so we'll put that date in, or if we're paying it straight away, we just put today's date in. An area for comments or notes just for your own records in there, so you could say this is the initial startup. And then below here, option to post costs against a catalogue. Because we want to see how profitable a particular catalogue has been in a given period, we need to tell the system how much we've paid for those catalogues, because that will then compare to the amount of orders we receive against it. So we just click in the first box there to say catalogue reference, and we pick the current catalogue that we're going to use, which will be the 0902 UK, and then how much that we've paid for that. So basically it's costing us the startup, so we're going to say it's costing us £18 for that. Once we've entered all of that, we then just say enter. Just checks that you're okay to do that. You haven't entered any business points, well that's fine, we continue. So that's now put our very first invoice into the system. And we can see here we've had no customer transactions, less invoices at £18, profit made minus £18. Although we haven't physically paid that yet. So we either leave that there and then we come back and pay it at a later date, or we can pay it straight away, simply by saying make a payment. The payment value we're going to make, the system will tell you how much you owe to head office at this point. So we're going to say we're going to pay the whole lot, £18. The payment date will be today. What are we paying it from? We're paying it from the bank, or we're paying it from our physical till? Well, it's going to be from the bank. And then we have a payment method. We could say, we might want for our own record, say, well, which bank account was I using for this? Well, I'm going to say we paid it using our NetWest account. And now you can see we've got balance remaining against selected invoices 18. I need to apportion that against the invoices. So I simply click select to pay. You'll see that to be assigned has now gone to 0. This payment or credit's £18 and balance remaining is now 0. I then click enter payment. It checks that you're okay to do that. Just say yes, process. And now you can see in our accounting, we have 0 minus £18 in the bank and a projected profit of minus £18, which is obvious because we haven't placed any orders or made any money yet. So we then come back, if we come back to our dashboard screen, and then if we go to our catalogues and say list all catalogues, you can now see that our current main catalogue is now showing a cost of orders of £18. Basically, it's cost me £18 so far on this catalogue with 0 orders, and I've made minus £18. Obviously, that will increase as our customers place orders. But the next thing I have to do is tell the system how many catalogues that I actually have in stock. So I double click on that, and I can then come to here and say how many I've bought, how many I've earned, how many are out, how many I've lost. So I say quantity bought. So in this case, my £18, we got 140 catalogues. Cost each is £1 now. If we're buying them directly from the company, they cost £1, so it's going to cost £140 for that, but it didn't actually cost us that, so I might want to reduce that to something like £18. It's not taken into account in the comparison with orders against the catalogue cost. Quantity earned or given. When you place orders with the catalogue company and you receive your goods, you'll probably find that they give you 1 or 2 free catalogues. So as that happens, you will just add those into there. So it might say, well, actually, they gave me a free catalogue. So I can now see that I've got 141 available. Quantity out and quantity lost. You can set these manually here if you need to tidy up the system, but that will generally be automatically entered as you continue with your drops and collections. The system will know how many are out, how many you've classed as lost, how many you've collected back in. But what you need to say is how many are out of circulation. It might be that some catalogues come back water damaged, or scribbled on by the customer, or you might decide to take one out for your own record. So at this startup point, I can say, well, I need 1 to have in the office so that I can see what's out there. So basically, I've got now 140 available that I've put out on my drops. I then click Save Finished, back to that list and back to the dashboard. So I'm now ready to set the system by creating my catalogue rounds and then doing my first catalogue drop.